What if I told you the Bible was never meant to be read, but remembered? That what we call scripture isn't just ink on a page, it's a living code inside you waiting to wake up. Sounds wild, right? But stick around. This isn't religion. This is a jailbreak for your soul. See, the most powerful things Jesus ever said didn't make it into your Sunday sermons. They were hidden, censored, buried. Not because they were false, but because they were dangerous. Because they were powerful. Because they handed you the keys to divinity. These aren't just lost quotes. They're spiritual blueprints. 7 ancient sayings that aren't just ideas, they're memories, deep ones. And if you're still watching, you're about to remember who you really are. For 2,000 years, they told us heaven was a prize for obedience, a golden ticket if you behaved. But what if heaven isn't a place? What if it's a frequency? And what if the tomb wasn't a grave but a womb? Not the end of something, the beginning. Here's the plot twist. Jesus wasn't pointing to the clouds, he was pointing at you. Religion drew a map to somewhere out there. But Jesus handed us the key to a palace we're already inside and just too blind to see. Let's crack open the first hidden code. Gospel of Thomas, saying 11:13. The disciples ask, when will the kingdom come? Jesus answers, it's already here, spread across the earth, but people don't see it. Boom. That's not metaphor, that's diagnosis. You're not lost. You're asleep. The kingdom is all around you, but your senses are hypnotized by noise, fear, distraction. You're standing in Eden scrolling through exile. So how do you wake up? You look closer. The next hidden code is a literal keyhole. Thomas, saying 5, know what is in front of your face, and what is hidden from you will be revealed. Translation? Stop waiting for lightning bolts. The divine is in your coffee, your breath, the now. That's why you're here. You didn't click this video by accident. Your soul brought you, your pain, not a punishment. It's a portal. Every crack in you is an invitation to the light that's been trying to rise. But here's the twist. The light doesn't rise through prayer alone. It rises through fusion. The next saying will mess you up in the best way, because it doesn't make you feel safe, it makes you feel alive. Thomas saying 22, when you make the 2-1, then you will enter the kingdom. This is not abstract. This is alchemy. It's not about becoming pure. It's about becoming whole. Your shadow is not the enemy. It's half the key. You were taught to cut off parts of yourself, your desire, your anger, your fear. But what if God isn't in your holiness, but in your wholeness? Light and shadow, chaos and calm, spirit and skin, all of it. Together, that fusion creates fire. But even fire needs fuel. So here's a law, maybe the most important one you'll ever hear. Thomas saying 70, if you bring forth what is within you, it will save you. If you don't, it will destroy you. Your unlived life doesn't disappear. It becomes your anxiety. Your silence becomes illness. You are not meant to suppress your soul. You're meant to express it. If you block the flow, the pressure builds. This is not morality. This is physics. And now here you are, not just watching a video. You're standing at the threshold of your own reactivation. This is not content. It's a calling. And you didn't come to observe. You came to remember. So let's go deeper. Thomas saying 24, there is a light inside a person of light, and it lights up the world. If it doesn't shine, it is dark. This isn't poetry. It's a warning. If your light doesn't rise, the whole world dims. You're not a candle waiting for someone to light you. You're a wildfire waiting for your own permission to burn. But remember, fire without harmony is destruction. That's why the next code is about inner union. Thomas saying 48, if two make peace in this one house, they will say to the mountain, move, and it will move. That house is you. When your mind and heart stop fighting, when the inner war ends, your outer world shifts. Jesus didn't teach you to obey. He taught you to co-create. The moment you stop rejecting your own contradictions, you become unstoppable. A portal, a lighthouse, a god in human skin. And here's the final code, the one they tried hardest to bury. Thomas saying 10:08, whoever drinks from my mouth will become as I am, and I shall become that person. Not follow me, not worship me, become me. You were never meant to bow. You were meant to rise.